Hey guys, and welcome to Lety Does Pacific Rim Uprising. It's kind of in the background. So I'm actually at my local drive-in theater right now, but I'm inside of the snack bar area, and I'm gonna buy some stuff, and that includes some popcorn because at the door today they gave me this little ticket, which is a free small popcorn. So I just kind of wanted to show off what it looks like inside. Just showed you the snack bar. That's the entrance. We have a Venom poster, Deadpool. That looks weird. And let's see, Easter stuff. Don't know that one. Rampage. And then of course we have a lot more over here. Oh yeah, and then some game machines. What is that called? Crane machine. And then over here is a broken Miss Pac-Man game. So still pretty interesting if you ask me. But yeah, we also do have some more posters over here, and then Ready Player One, and then a little table and stuff, and then the restrooms are over there. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go buy some stuff. And I left Shaggy in the car, obviously, because he can't come down, so I'm gonna buy the stuff, and then I'm gonna go see the movie. Alright guys, so I just left the store. I got my popcorn, and as you can see, there are a couple other screens playing some other movies right now. There's one over there, it's just kind of hard to see. And then there's the projector area, and store's right behind me. It's that really lit up area. And then in the morning, this is usually a swap meet, so that's why there's so much open space and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go watch the movie now. I loved the first Pacific Rim, and I love the trailer for this one, and it just looked so exciting. I'm just kind of worried about like the time skip and whether or not like this movie is gonna make much sense, because the first movie didn't really set up for a sequel. But now we have one, so this is one of those movies where like, we weren't really expecting it, but I hope that it's well received. So I'm pretty excited about this, and I want to see the new world set up and everything, but it actually looks like my movie started already, so I should probably go see that, and then I'll let you know right after. Bye! Shaggy! Shaggy! Are you ready to join together into the Jaeger? Let's just make this end. Okay, making it end. See you after the movie. Alright guys, so the movie just ended. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, just cause it felt like it was really forced, I guess, is my main thing right now, where like, obviously there was plot things that it didn't really like, I don't know, sit well with me. But before I get into my issues and what I liked about the movie, I'm gonna try to summarize it the best I can. But honestly, I was a bit confused during all this, so yeah, and I'm not great at summarizing, so I'll do my best, but let's get started. Alright, so the movie begins after, I believe, a 10-year time skip where the world has pretty much gotten over everything that happened with the Jaegers and with the kaiju, and now everything is pretty much back to normal. And we see Pentecost's son, Jake, who is basically just living a normal life, except for the fact that the way he's able to get by is to go and steal unused Jaeger parts. So during one of these trips, he actually gets caught by the PPCD, I forgot their acronyms, but the police, the Jaeger police. So he has an option to go to jail or re-enlist as a cadet or as a ranger to teach the new cadets that they have that are going to be Jaeger pilots. And
Mako pretty much pushes him into that, and he now goes back to the academy and is a ranger to teach his new group of cadets. Amongst them is also this young girl who he was, who was helping him steal Jaeger parts, who built her own Jaeger out of scrap metal. So she enlists as a Jaeger pilot, and he is now teaching the classes. After some amount of training, we pan over to see that Mako is about to partake in a very important decision on whether or not the Shao Company should be allowed to make drone Jaegers that are going to be all over the world. And we get introduced to Jing Tian's character, which is, I think her name was Liu Wen Shao, but Mrs. Shao. We'll just call her Shao. Whatever. So, Shao plans to release this entire, plan for drone Jaegers so that we don't have to find people that are compatible with each other anymore, and we can just send the drones out. And we also see that, Newt, Charlie Day's character, has been working for her, since the events of the first movie. So, him being, separated from the CD, whatever, his partner, whose name I now forgot, but it's kind of important, Hamilton? I want to say his name's Hamilton, but that might be wrong. Hamilton, tries to interact with him, telling him that he's found some new way to move Jaegers by using pretty much a rocket, and Charlie Day dismisses him and returns back to Shao. So, the day of, they're announcing what the results were for the vote to make the drones. There is an attack by a rogue Jaeger who actually kills Mako and fuels everyone to look into it. Bringing it back, they find out that there is actually a kaiju brain inside of the Jaeger that was being manipulated. So Jaegers are now able to be used by kaiju, essentially. We also see that when Newt goes home, he's actually kept the kaiju brain, and he fuses with it, he drifts with it very often to give himself a high, and he's pretty much gone absolutely crazy. So, that plays a major part later into the film when they find out that the Shao Corporation is actually responsible for the tech involved with that rogue Jaeger. And of course, they're making a whole line of drones that are actually evil and being manipulated by Newt, who at this point has drifted with the kaiju brain so much he has bonded with them and let some, I don't know, the person into his head. It's assumed that his brain is actually being shared by some like kaiju high commander person that wants to destroy the world, and that this entire time that he's been working with the Shao Corporation, he's actually been manipulating their technology so that he can control it for his own purposes. We later find out that that purpose is to open up a rift into the world to let kaiju come in and go to the Ring of Fire and bind their blood with it, since it essentially acts as like a bomb when mixed with certain chemicals, and that's going to ruin the atmosphere of the Earth and exterminate all life on Earth. And when they do that, the kaiju are going to come and claim the Earth because now it'll be available for them. So, obviously, the PPCD isn't okay with this, and with the help of Shao, they have now decided to put all the cadets inside of the Jaegers and go take the fight to them. There's a huge fight, and many people die, but they manage to knock back the kaiju until they morph into some giant fucking kaiju that continues forward that no one can really beat. And when they are going to finally defeat it, they are able, they're able to get the jump on it thanks to Shao piloting herself the scrap Jaeger that the first girl made, and they're able to not defeat the Jaeger directly, not defeat the kaiju directly, but they're able to point the Jaeger in the direction that the kaiju seems to be going to kill itself in, and then blow itself at it and blow it up. So they kill the kaiju and then the world is saved, but we cut to a scene where Newt has been taken into the PC whatever scare, and they're trying to interrogate him, but he's basically completely taken over by the kaiju high commander person who says that they won't stop and they will destroy the Earth and all life on Earth, and if they think this is over, they're wrong. To which we see, I want to call him Jake. To which we see Jake pretty much tell him that the next time, it won't be the kaiju coming for them, it'll be them coming to the kaiju. Which leaves it open for a sequel, and that is completely why they had that little scene. But, yeah, that's basically the entire movie. Alright, so I actually think my light is dying, so I'm just gonna do the best I can right now. Anyway, my issues with the movie were that, well, we get some scenes that are pretty much stuck in there to only show that Jake was a real person and that Pentecost actually had a son. However, we just never saw him! And we also see that he has photos of him and Mako together, presuming that they spent a lot of time together, and the way that Mako talks about him and talks to him, they spent their entire childhood together and they've just been raised together as brother and sister. But we've literally never heard of this guy until they decided to make this movie. And the fact that they're including all these details now feels really forced. The only redeeming thing was that they actually had it so that Jake entered the Jaeger program and then basically got kicked out. And he didn't bother re-enlisting, he just bothered to do some shady stuff. So that's pretty much what I'm taking from it, and I'm just gonna use that to accept this movie, because my biggest thing for all of this was, if Pentecost didn't want Mako piloting the Jaeger, what about Jake? And also that brings up that if he didn't want Mako piloting the Jaeger, why put her through the Jaeger program? It's like, But in any case, that was my biggest issue with Jake. And then of course, the fact that they decided to make Charlie Day evil, which didn't really make a lot of sense to me either, because it was just kind of like thrown in there, and now he's the main bad guy, and you know, he's gone crazy fusing with this, it was really, really forced. And they put so much focus on him, but as a character, the fact that he was able to do all of this without anyone noticing is absolutely insane. Because it's not like he's, you know, one of the people directly working on the drones. He was basically Xiao's right-hand man, and she seemed like she had him on a tight leash. So when did all of this happen? And did she seriously, like, not know about this? It blows my mind that this was even possible. But I guess we needed some way for, you know, kaiju to come back into the world, because there's no way that would happen otherwise. But in any case, yeah. The characters, I feel, weren't as, like, memorable as the first movie. It really did just feel like everyone was just playing their part. And yeah, we get some funny scenes where the comedy, I think, was pretty good, and there was a lot of interaction, but we didn't really, I don't know, there wasn't really much there. There wasn't any motives or any drives other than the basic, like, I want to be a Jaeger pilot because it's been my life dream. Or, you know, everyone has such high expectations of me. And then beyond that, it's like, meh, I tried it once, wasn't for me, but I guess I need to do it again because I'm the main guy. And that's about it. So I didn't really feel a connection to any of the other characters. Any of the characters. Maybe that, like, I don't know. No one really. And I don't know. This wasn't a bad sequel because the effects were really good. And we did get some really cool fighting sequences. But on that note, it really did just feel like this is a movie about monsters and robots fighting. Because they're gonna destroy the world! How are they gonna destroy it? Someone let them back in! Why? He's crazy! Okay, and no one noticed he was crazy. Nope! That's just about it, so I don't know. I mean, if you're just watching it for the action sequences, then it's all cool. If you literally just want to see the fights, that's fine. But there wasn't much plot, and what there was didn't really convince me that that situation is possible. So I feel a little dissatisfied, but overall, I mean, it was okay. It wasn't bad. There just wasn't much there, I guess. But let me know if you guys thought anything different, if you think I'm completely wrong, or if I overlooked something that made this movie, like, completely balls amazing, and I'm just having a bad time about it because I didn't notice it, but let me know if you agree with me otherwise. And that's about it, and that's all I got for you. So get out there, do all the stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hey man. Hey man. Hey dude. Yeah, you. You can't stay snoring forever, man. We gotta go. Hey. Hey man. You know what? I'll just take us home. You can sleep a little more. Good night, buddy.
Hey everyone, Lety here. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking that circle button right there. And for those of you that didn't know, it was my birthday this month! So I did a photo shoot in my birthday suit. What do you think? Oh,